How's it going, everyone? Welcome to my channel. My name is Swanee, and for today's Helldivers 2 video, I'm going to be going over the brand new MD-8 gas mines that we got like an early preview of. If you didn't know, there's a major order going on currently where we have to liberate 3 different planets. I think as of recording this video, we're like 41% done with Exker. It's not looking too good. We only have 2 days left, so it's not looking like we're going to unlock the mines right now. We'll probably get them at some point in the future, would be my guess, and that's kind of expected. The community has never been too excited about mines in general. Like anytime Arrowhead releases mines, there's just a million memes. People will just purposefully not complete the major order because they don't want to unlock the mines, which is always funny. And it's just mines in Helldivers 2 kind of suck. They're not that good. And so it's hard to get the community excited over mines when we've had such a big drought in content the past 2 months. And there's all these new games that have just come out. There's like Marvel Rivals and Indiana Jones and Path of Exile 2. Like there's a lot going on right now. So it's going to be pretty hard to get players excited. So until something big and significant comes out, I don't see too many of the players returning, but hopefully that changes this week or the next couple weeks leading up to the holidays. I feel like they're cooking something. But they let us test out the mines early before, we completed the major order. So I spent the past, I don't know, however many hours testing against both the automatons and the terminids. And honestly, I think the gas mines are way better than people were expecting, and way better than what people on Reddit and Discord and stuff were saying. Because as soon as they announced the mines, everyone, of course, is just like, oh, I don't want mines. Mines are stupid. And there's a bunch of memes and stuff. But I was impressed with these mines. Like, first of all, when they deploy, it just dispersed a huge amount of mines. Like, way more mines than, the incendiary mines, or the anti-personnel mines, or the anti-tank mines. There's a crap ton of these mines. And they're really bright, like neon green, too. So they're hard to miss. So when you throw them down and you're playing like in a big squad or you're playing with your friends, you don't have to worry as much about your teammates running over top of them and dying. Like, yeah, it still happens. You're going to have people that don't pay attention, but it's a lot easier to spot these mines, which I appreciate. And it just looks cool seeing all the like glowing green neon mines everywhere. I think that's a nice little touch, and it helps with being able to spot them a lot easier. But when I was playing with my friends last night, we found that the mines do a really good job at cutting off objectives and stuff. So, for example, when I was testing it against the automatons, I was not expecting the gas mines to do very well against the automatons whatsoever. But to my surprise, they actually did pretty good. Like, for example, any of the mission types where you have to like defend an objective. I think we did the raise the flag mission. I think we did the geological surveys, and then you have like waves of enemies coming in. Well, what we found is that if you throw the mines down kind of like around the objective, the enemies will walk straight into the mines, and then that huge gas cloud will just confuse the crap out of the automatons, and some of them will just kind of stand still and like shut down, and that will give you enough time to complete the objective. It doesn't necessarily kill the enemies, and you always see that argument of like, why would I use gas when I could just straight up kill the enemy? I think the argument here is that it buys you time, and it does a great job of it because it was providing me with so much cover. All the enemies were confused and were shooting each other, versus like if I threw down a bomb, if that bomb doesn't kill every single one of the automatons, they're still going to keep shooting at me, thus preventing me from completing the objective. If you throw down these gas mines, they're going to explode, and it's going to confuse all of the automatons. They're not going to shoot at you. Yes, they might not be dead, but your teammates can pick them off while they're confused in the gas while you're working on the objective, or vice versa. You could have a teammate working on the objective, and you could be giving them covering fire. So I found that the gas mines were actually doing a pretty good job at just completely shutting down the automatons. And anytime we tried to like infiltrate a big automaton factory, like a big base, we would just throw the mines into the middle of the base. They would detonate, and it would confuse all the automatons, and it was great at helping us clear bases as well. So it did a great job at against the automatons, and none of us were expecting that. So I do think it's okay against the automatons. Like, obviously they're going to be hit and miss because it depends on if like they decide to walk through your minefield or not, but they did a good job. If you don't wear the gas armor, so if you just go in with any regular set of armor, obviously you're going to take a lot more damage to the gas. But if you go with that armor set that gives you that gas protection, I know there's a light, medium, and heavy. The heavy will completely nullify all of the gas damage, and you won't take any tick damage damage at all, which is nice. So I was rocking that a little bit, but the medium armor works fine too. Like, you can still survive like 99% of the gas. It's not a big deal, but you can walk over top of the mines, but they do so little explosive damage that I was just running into them on purpose to detonate them to buy me a little bit of extra time. I would throw down a minefield, they would disperse everywhere, and then as the enemies were pushing towards me, because I would throw them like on an objective, I would purposefully walk over top of the mines to detonate them and then confuse the enemies. This worked really well against the Terminids, so anytime I was doing like a defend the flag mission or something, I had that heavy armor on. I basically just went with a whole gas loadout, like gas strike, gas grenades, gas mines, and it was working great. It was working way better than I envisioned in my head. Like, I would throw down the mines, all the like Terminids would swarm the flag, all those gas mines would constantly be going off, and then all the like Terminids would be killing each other. I could just sit there and mow them down with my machine gun, and none of them were trying to kill me. So it was working great at those like defend the flag missions and stuff, especially on those higher difficulties where you see more enemies and like there's hundreds of enemies coming at you, and those mines just, there's so many mines everywhere. One mine is enough to confuse like 5 or 6 enemies in one go. So I was just running around purposefully detonating all those mines, and I was getting a ton of damage. Like, some of the kill streaks I was going on were insane. I was getting like 50 to 60 kills and I wasn't even doing anything. Like, I literally just threw down the mines and I was running around in circles trying to just avoid the enemies and just watching them kill each other. It was nice. So like, the combination of the gas mines, the gas strike, gas grenades, you can have a full-on gas loadout now and essentially go untouched by the Terminids because they just get so confused. Unless you're going up against like a Bile Titan or the Shriekers, I wasn't really getting much pushback from the Terminids because they were just all fighting each other, or they were just running off into the distance and choking to death. And that's another thing I like about the gas, is I know a lot of people didn't really like that change about, you know, it did just base damage and it did a lot of it, and now it does more confusing, but it still damages the enemies. And the longer that they sit in that gas, the longer they're going to bake, and they're going to take more tick damage over time. So if you stack all that, you have these gas mines, you have the gas strike, you have some gas grenades, you have your dog breath, you have your sterilizer. This is all going to stack, and it's going to just absolutely melt the Terminids. So I think the addition of the gas mines is really good against the Terminids now. Just throw them down into like a bug nest, throw them on a bug breach, and it just absolutely melts them. It does a great job. And I know a lot of people don't like gas mines, but I would say that, you know, if you're on the fence about these, I think they're worth trying out. I think they're pretty good. And like I said, I was very shocked at how good they did against the automatons. Like they would completely just shut down entire areas. Like, we were getting pushed at extraction, I would just throw down the gas mines, and since my teammates also had gas mines, we would just throw them, paint the whole battlefield in gas mines, and there wasn't anything that they could do about it. We would just sit there at extraction and pick off all the enemies because they were just shutting down and just standing there. So it really helped out a ton. So I wouldn't say that the gas mines are like an S tier stratagem by any means. Like, they're not amazing, but they are fun. I think they're better than the anti-tank mines. I think they're better than the anti-personnel mines. Honestly, I would say they're better than the incendiary mines as well. Like, the incendiary mines are still fine if you want to go with like a full fire loadout, and they're good at cutting off certain objectives and stuff as well. But I think the gas mines do a better job at buying you time with the objectives than any other set of mines, because if you catch the enemies on fire, they're still constantly pursuing after you while they're on fire. So if I throw those fire mines at the automatons, all those automatons are still on fire, but they're still shooting at you. If I throw down these gas mines, all those automatons are going to walk in, 2 gas mines go off out of the 100 that got deployed, and that's enough to shut down those automatons, and that's going to buy you time. They're not going to be shooting at you while you're typing in the commands for the objective. Honestly, I think these are probably the best mines in my opinion out of all of them so far. When it comes to like playing the objective and doing objective-based stuff, I think these are probably a really good choice. Now, I wasn't able to try these out on a defense mission yet, but I would imagine they would probably do really well on those defend missions. Like, as soon as an enemy, like, they break through the doors and they're pushing forward towards the objective, I feel like if you throw mines right in the like doorway, it's going to do a great job of just shutting down all those enemies trying to push through that hole. So if you're playing defense missions on like level 10 or level 9 or something, and there's just a crap ton of enemies and you're getting overwhelmed, I feel like these gas gas mines are going to do a great job of like cutting off an entire choke point, which will let you like gather up all those enemies into one clump and then hit them with like a 500 kg bomb or something. It's a shame that like the community doesn't really care about the mines, because we're probably not going to get them unlocked right away. Like obviously we'll get them unlocked at some point, it's just a matter of when. Hopefully if Arrowhead has something announced soon, it will get some hype back into the player base and maybe players will start to come back. And I don't know, I'm holding out hope. We haven't heard anything from Arrowhead in a while, and it's getting close to like Christmas time and New Year's, and they're going to go on their like big holiday break. So you would think they would want to have some sort of update come out sooner rather than later, in case there's bugs and glitches they could try to tweak before they go on vacation. It wouldn't really make sense if they released a big patch right before break and then they're gone for like weeks at a time before we get any of those fixes. That doesn't really make too much sense, but you never know. But those are my thoughts on the brand new MD-8 gas mines. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below if you tried them out. If this video helped you out at all, remember to give it a thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. It helps me out in the algorithm. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, and that's going to do it for me, guys. Oh, by the way, check out my second channel, Swanee Rants. I've been uploading there more often, so if you guys want more of me, you can find me there on my second channel. And I'm going to be doing more live streams more often, so I plan on live streaming more Helldivers. I'm going to live stream just pretty much anything, Path of Exile 2, Marvel Rivals. There's going to be a lot more live streams on the channel, so be sure to stop by and say hi if you see that I'm live. Yeah, that's going to do it for me, and I will talk to you guys in the next video, so bye-bye.